It's Monday.
It is Monday, and that means it's time for Monday Motivation Episode 4. Now, in last week's episode, we looked at achieving more through raising our standards and how rituals can help us sustain and reinforce those really high standards that we should be demanding from our lives. This week, I'm going to show you a very simple exercise that's going to highlight to you exactly which areas of your life you really do need to be raising your standards in. It's also going to highlight to you which areas of your life you might be neglecting without even realizing it. And it's going to show you how obtaining more balance in your life will really drive you forward, give you more and more momentum to achieve your desired outcomes. And outcome is a really important word from now on, guys. We're not going to be using the word goals ever again. I've noticed that when people use the word goals, they attach things that they think are really hard to achieve or something that, they're not going to achieve as their goal. Well, this is my ultimate goal or whatever. Forget that. That's why people don't achieve them, because they set them like way up there, way out of reach. We're going to swap that word goal for the word outcome, something that you can absolutely 100% determine. So let's have a look at what I am going to term for this week our categories of constant improvement. To live a phenomenal life, you really should be looking to constantly improve it. And I'm a firm believer that if you can't measure something, then you really can't manage it. And that includes everything in your life. Remember back to week 2, I said that statistically, January the 15th is the date that most people actually give in to their New Year's resolution. They give up, they forget about it. Well, to expand on that, even if you do stick to that date and you get past January the 15th, 98% of people who get past that still fail to stick to their resolutions. And that's down to 2 reasons that goes back into this measuring stuff. Okay, when do people mostly actually look back and go, well, did I stick to that resolution or not? Okay, let me ask you that question. When you make a New Year's resolution one year, when do you actually check in to see if you stuck to that? I guarantee for most people, it's the following year. Okay, of course you're going to fail if you're only actually checking in whether you are progressing or actually whether you stuck to that resolution once a year. Of course you're going to fail. The other reason people do it as well is they look at resolutions as shoulds. They go, oh, I should give up smoking. I should stop drinking. I should lose weight. Okay, we only deal in musts. Okay, when something is a must, not a should, you will make it happen. As I said, if you measure it, you can manage it. Okay, imagine if those 98% of people who fail their New Year's resolutions actually checked in on their progress with themselves once a month. What would happen? Well, I'll tell you, they would have 12 times greater success of actually sticking to that resolution. If they have a bad month, they could check in and say, okay, last month wasn't that great, let's change it and let's do something about it this month. Imagine if they checked in to themselves once a week. What would happen then? They would have 52 times as much chance as succeeding. What about once a day? Or what about more than once a day? Okay, I promise you, if you check in with yourself to see what progress you're making in an area of your life, okay, once a day or more than once a day, you will flat out succeed. Okay, you will smash it, hit that ball out of the ballpark, because that's what you need to be doing. But you might say, Ross, how do I know which areas of my life I am currently doing well in? How do I know which areas of my life I might be neglecting without knowing it? Well, what we're going to do, we're going to look at these constant categories of improvement visually, okay, to make it really super simple for you. Now, underneath this video, if you're on the Act on This website, you will see a PDF link that you can download, a PDF diagram, okay? Download it and follow me now. If you're not watching this on Act on This and you're on YouTube or Twitter or something, look in the description of this video and you'll find a link to the blog post. Underneath this video on the blog post, that's where you'll find that PDF. So let's check out the diagram right now. So here is your categories of constant improvement wheel. Okay, it's super simple and it's just a circle representing your life split into 6 sections. Now I've labeled each section with an area of life that's important to me. Okay, you can choose different areas of your life. You could create a wheel purely for areas of your career as well. This is just an example. You can use this in many, many different circumstances. Now next, I'm going to add a scale to it in percentage terms. Okay, the center of the wheel is at 0%. And the outside edge of the wheel is 100%. We're going to go through each section and decide how satisfied we are right now, okay, in each of these life categories. You might be very happy with your body and your physicality, say 75%, because we're always looking for improvement. Spiritually, you might be fulfilled, okay, but emotionally and financially, you might be pretty unfulfilled. Okay, look at each area and assess where you are now compared to where you want to be and plot that out on the diagram. Once you've plotted each of your percentages, simply join those dots together and you'll create a shape that looks something like this. Now don't worry, I can pretty much guarantee you that your shape is going to look just as crazy as this one, okay, if you've done this exercise with honesty right now. Now, looking at that shape, you will instantly see which areas of your life you currently focus enough on and which areas of your life you might be neglecting and need to focus more on. What you've effectively done there is created the wheel that you are currently using to drive your life forward. Now, let's put that wheel on a car. What would happen? Okay, at 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour at best, you're gonna have a bumpy ride, but you might just about get from A to B. Okay, but put that onto a car and drive it at the speed that you deserve to be driving your life forward at, with the momentum and vitality that you deserve in your life, say 150 miles per hour. What's going to happen? Well, that journey is not going to be possible. All that's going to happen, I'm afraid, is you are going to crash that car whilst it's running on those wheels. Okay, when you create balance in your life, that creates power, it creates momentum to push you forward and effectively enables you to run on a balanced wheel that's going to not only get you from A to B, but is going to drive you there in style. I really want you to realise that if you're only focusing on 1 or 2 areas of your life, you're really missing out on the bigger picture. I see so many businesses doing this, you know, and you will too. They'll spend millions of dollars on a product and it'll be an amazing product, you know, there's no doubt about it. But then they neglect, say, the marketing, and then no one buys it and that product effectively just goes unused. It's such a shame. Or they might spend so much money on their marketing that they neglect their finances and they realise they shouldn't have really spent all that much money, and that gets them into trouble. Okay, and that's the same in your acting career as well, guys. You need to understand that, you know, don't spend just so much time on one area of it. You could spend all the time in the world training, becoming a better actor, but if you're neglecting the networking side of things, you're neglecting your agent, you're neglecting, you know, audition technique, all that sort of stuff. You could be the best actor in the world, but if no one's going to see you, then what's the point? It's utterly pointless and a waste of talent. So what I want you to do is download that PDF. Like I say, it's underneath this video on the Act on This website. If you're watching this video on Twitter or YouTube, it'll be in the description of this video a link to the blog post where you will find that PDF. Download it, fill out the categories that are important to you, and plot how happy and fulfilled you are in each section, and just create your wheel. Okay, see which areas of your life you need to focus more on, or which areas of your life you need to focus less on. Live every day with passion, lead a more balanced life, and I guarantee you, you will be happier, fulfilled, and far more successful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week for Monday Motivation episode 5. Until then, bye for now.
It's Monday. Yeah.